Hello, welcome back to Game Dev Club tutorials, whatever. So, last time we made the player and we started the shield. We still need to add a collision for that. So, yeah, this time we're going to go ahead and make our bullets and our enemies. So, go ahead and in entities, make a new class, call it bullet. It's gonna extend entity. Okay, so we want it to generate the constructor from superclass. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and add some, what's it called? Some parameters, sorry. So type, and entity E. And then we're going to go ahead and make a public enum type. And it's going to be friendly and hostile. Oops. So basically we're going to have two types of bullets. One that are shot by the enemies and the others that are shot by you. So, yeah. So type. Okay, so first we're going to call super so that it constructs the bounds and all that stuff. Then this dot type equals type. There we go. Sorry. And then we have if type is equal to type dot friendly. Then we're going to go ahead and do bounds.set e.get center dot x we're gonna do for the y e dot, I don't know why my fingers are on the wrong spot, e dot get top. And then, oh, wait, this is +1. And then this is going to be 1 pixel wide and 10 pixels tall. Okay, and then vel.set, so setting the velocity to 0, 5f, so that it goes up. And then we're going to have else bounds.set e.getCenter.x again, e.get.y -11 110. So this is what, because this one spawns at the top +1 and then it goes down the height and then -1, so it's 1 away from the bottom. So vel.set 0 -5f so that it goes down. Okay, so next we're gonna go ahead and update, just a simple public void update bounds.x equal or plus equals vel.x bounds.y plus equals vel.y. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and in our draw method, we're going to go ahead if type is equal to type.friendly sr.set color to my constants dot fence.rgba. We're going to go ahead and make it a red color for the player's bullets, I guess, and then sr.setColor my constants.rgba. We're going to go ahead and make these a green color, so 255 green, 0 blue, and full alpha. Okay, then sr.rect we're just going to do get x, get y, get width, get height, and then we're going to set the color back to white. So color.white. Okay, and then we're going to make our dispose method empty, and then we're going to go ahead and go to source, generate getters and setters, and generate a get type after dispose, so that we return this dot type. Forgot to close Skype. I'm sorry. Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay. Anyway, so yeah. So that's the bullet. We're gonna go ahead and make our enemies before we implement the bullets into. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and add that collision to shield, because that's all we need. We needed just bullets. So go ahead in your update method, do an array, make it take in an array of bullets, and then we're gonna do a nested for loop. So for rectangle r in bounds. And we're going to go ahead and do another for bullet b in bullets. If r dot overlaps b dot get bounds, bounds dot remove value r true, and then bullets dot remove value b true. Continue. Okay. Alright. So this is gonna give us an error for now. Just go ahead and comment that out for now, and we'll add it. We'll give it the and put a to do there so we don't forget. Add array bullets. Okay, so then we're gonna add that later, after we finish making our enemies. So go ahead and make a new class, call it enemy, and make it extend entity. Alright, constructors with superclass. So super. Okay. So this one's gonna have two textures. So private texture text down. So the one of them of where their thing is down. And then private texture text up. Okay? So then we're just gonna go ahead and make like a constant width and height. So public static final float width equals 12, height equals 8. Then we're gonna do a private boolean up, private integer point worth. So now it's just going to take an integer row, integer column. Okay, so we're going to make a string path equals entities slash enemies forward slash, make sure I'm spelling this right. Sorry. I'm just gonna go ahead and just refactor this so I can copy the name. I don't think that's right. There we go. Okay. So now we're gonna do if row is less than 2. So if it's in the first 2 rows, text down equals new texture path plus bottom 0.png. Remember, we have our bottom 0 is this, and then bottom 1 is that. This, that's down, and that's up. Okay? So then text up is equal to new texture path plus bottom one dot png. Okay, so go ahead, just copy that and make an else if statement. If row is less than 4 this time, it will be in the center 0 and then center 1, and then else just copy this, texture down will be top 0 and top 1. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and give them their point worth. So the bottom row will be worth 10 points. The middle row is worth 20 points, or the middle 2 rows actually, and then the top row is worth 30 points. Okay, and now this is where we have a long bounds.set. I'm actually on the GitHub repo, you'll see that it's in one big bounds.set, but I'm just going to go ahead and do bounds.set x, and I'm going to do it separately so that you can see it better. So, alright, so my constants dot game width times 0.075f plus column times width times 1.5f. Okay, and then plus and then parentheses width minus text down dot get width, and then here times 0.5f. So go ahead, take a minute, pause the video and copy this x value. Okay, good. So then we're going to do our y, which is not as long. So bounds dot set y. We're going to do parentheses my constants dot world height times 0.5f, and then we're going to close those parentheses, plus row times height times 2.5f, and then that's it. Okay, this is because sometimes some of the graphics are wider than the others, so this just kind of makes sure that it's centered. So we're just going to do this dot set dimensions text down dot get width text down dot get height. Okay, you can get rid of this dot if you want to. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and do vel dot set 2.5f 0, and because it will be starting out going to the left or right. And we're going to go ahead and add a update method, so public void update boolean move boolean up. Okay, so this dot up is equal to up, so this determines whether or not it's in the drawing the text up or text down, that boolean. So then if move s or bounds dot x plus equals vel dot x. Okay, then in our draw method we're gonna do if this dot up sb.draw text up get x, get y. We're going to do else. Go ahead, just copy this line and then do text down. Okay, and then finally public void, well, not finally, I shouldn't say that, bounce velocity. So this just bounces the velocity. So vel.x times equals -1. Bounce.x plus equals vel.x, so it doesn't get stuck in a wall. And then bounds.y minus equals 5, so that it moves down. Okay, and then text down. Then we want to dispose our textures. So text down, up dispose, and text up dispose. And then we're going to make a getter. So generate getters and setters, and then make it for point worth, get point worth, after dispose. Okay? So that's that. That's almost everything we need to actually make this game playable. So we're going to go ahead and everything's going to start coming together. So go ahead and go into your PlayState, and then we're going to add a few things to the top here. So once it loads on GitHub, here we go. Alright, so we have that. We have our shields. Let's go ahead and make a private array of enemies. Call it enemies. And then we're going to make a private float move time and move timer. We're going to make a private boolean enemy up. And we're going to go ahead and do private int sound to determine which sound it's playing. Okay. That's all we need for now. So, okay, so we have initialize camera and view, initialize player, initialize shields. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, we're actually gonna make a void at the bottom called reset. So public void reset enemies.clear. Well, first we have to instantiate enemies, right? Yeah, so initialize enemies is equal to new array of enemies. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead also initialize bullets. Initialize bullets. Bullets. Did I not make that? No, we didn't. Okay, go ahead, just add that. Private array bullets. An array. There we go. Okay, so bullets equals new array bullet. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and delete this and uncomment it, and then give it our bullets. Okay. So now we should be good to go. So go back to your reset method. Enemies.clear for int row equals 0. Row is less than 5. Row plus plus, so there's going to be 5 rows. for int column equals 0, column is less than 13, column plus plus. So it's going to be 5 rows and 13 columns. Enemies.add new enemy row column. Okay, and then outside of this for loop, we're gonna do a move timer equals 0.75f. So that's how long it's gonna take for the enemies in between their movement when you start. Enemy up equals false, and then we're gonna add the rest of this reset method once we make our mothership in later tutorials. So let's go ahead and first we have to call reset down here. Reset. Okay. And sound equals 0. I don't know if I did that yet. Sound equals 0. Unless I did that down here. No. Okay. So next thing we want to do is let's go ahead and handle some input. So we're gonna go ahead and do if my input dot key down my input dot shoot. So you can just continuously hold down the shoot button and it'll keep shooting, but there's going to be a boolean shoot. You can only have one bullet on the screen at a time. So we're going to go ahead and to make sure that this happens, we're going to do for a bullet be in bullets if b.getType is equal to type.friendly. So it's going to look through every single one of the bullets until it finds one that's friendly. It's going to go ahead and do shoot is equal to false, and it's going to break. So then it's going to exit the loop. So it pretty much is going to look through the bullets, and if it finds a friendly bullet, so one that you shoot, it's going to set this boolean that is initialized as true to false, and then leave the loop so that it doesn't continue shifting through bullets that it doesn't have to. And if it doesn't find any friendly ones at all, this will not get called at all. So shoot will be true. So if shoot game.res.getSound shoot dot play, and then bullets dot add new bullet, and then we're going to go ahead and do type dot friendly, and then p. Okay. So we have our p.update up here. We don't need that yet. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and before we update our shields, we're gonna make a for bullet be in bullets b.update. So first of all, if b dot is colliding with the player and b dot get type is equal to type dot hostile game dot res dot get sound explosion dot play, and then for now we're just going to do a gdx dot app dot exit, and then we're going to go to game over. Okay, and we're going to do another if b dot get y is less than or equal to 0, or b.get top is greater than or equal to my constants dot world height bullets dot remove value bullet true. Oh, that should not be a space there. Okay, and then continue. Whenever I'm removing something from an array list, I'm just going to go ahead and call continue for just to make sure we don't break everything. Okay, so now after we update our shields, go ahead to move time plus equals dt. So okay, so we're gonna have two. It's gonna call a for loop for every enemy twice. So for enemy e in enemies. So this is where it's gonna actually update e with move time is greater than or equal to move timer enemy up. Right? So if the move time is greater than the move timer, like that, move timer, then that means that they can move. So if e.getY is less than or equal to my constants dot world height times 0.2f plus shield dot total height times 0.5f, and this is going to do the same thing as here. It's going to game over, and then it's going to break, even though that's kind of unnecessary code right there. But once it's if it's this actual game over, then we will need this break here, because it's going to dispose the rest of the enemies, and it's still going to try to do something with them. So that's why I am breaking. So float chance is equal to, oh, this is just like a random. Okay, so this is going to be weird. So do parentheses and just do over 500f. Get rid of this. Why is this not working? E cannot be resolved. Is it because of this? Yeah, okay, it's because I'm not done here. Float chance is equal to, I lost my place. Okay, 1 minus, and then another set of parentheses. And then in parentheses, float enemies dot size. So we're going to cast a float to these numbers so that we get an actual decimal. Float 5f times 13f. I forget why that is. Oh, it's the amount of enemies on the screen over how many enemies over how many there are total. Okay, so next thing I wanted to do is chance is equal to my constants dot clamp chance 0, and then this was a predetermined number that I came up with, so 0.0010461538f. So that's the highest possibility that it can possibly be to shoot at every frame. Now, it may seem like that's a really small number, but you have to remember that this is being called at 60 times every second. So, chance. And then bullets dot add new bullet. Now again, you can mess with these numbers over right here and see how that affects the game. Type dot hostile, and it's going to be E. Right, so if, so I don't know if I showed you guys, but this random boolean, it pretty much gives the return value between 0 and 1 is less than the specified value. So if you give it 0.5, it will check if it's less than 0.5. If you give it 0.25, it'll generate a random number, and then check if it's less than 0.25. And then that point whatever is your percentage. So if move time is greater than or equal to move timer, enemy up is equal to not enemy up. So if it's true, it sets it to false, and if it's false, it sets it to true. Move time is equal to 0. Sound plus plus. Sound is equal to my constants dot wrap. Constants dot wrap. I'll cast an int in a second. Did I even make wrap? Oh, is it one of those things where I thought we wouldn't use it and then we ended up using it? It is. Okay. So go ahead, just add that to my constants. I don't know why I didn't do this. We're gonna make a float. Oh, that's weird. Okay. So public static float wrap float n float min float max. This one's kind of like that. We can go ahead and just copy this. And instead of doing this here, when it's less than min, it's going to be equal to max, and if it's less than max, if it's greater than max, it's going to be equal to min. So it's pretty much if it's like that Pac-Man thing. If you went over to this one side of the screen, you just show up at the other. That's what it is. So we're going to go ahead and overload this method with integers instead of floats. There we go. Now we should be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to my game state on GitHub. Sorry. Actually, we can go ahead and just do this. Sound 0, and how many sounds are there? And 3. Okay. And then game.res.getSound invader plus sound dot play. Okay. So this is pretty much us just like bringing everything together. It's almost everything. We're actually really close to being done with the actual game state. So for enemy E in enemies, we're going to go ahead and do for bullet B in bullets. Okay, so if E dot colliding with B and B dot get type is equal to type dot friendly. So if it's colliding with a bullet and that bullet is friendly, it's going to remove the bullet first of all. Bullets dot remove value be true. Game dot res dot get sound en death dot play, and then game dot score plus equals e dot get point worth. To do add particles, b dot dispose enemies dot remove value e true, move timer plus or times equals 0.95, and then it's going to break out of this loop and then continue down here. Yeah, so if e.getRight is greater than or equal to my constant dot game width, or e.getX is less than or equal to 0 for enemy E1 in enemies, E1 dot bounce velocity, and then it's gonna break again. It's gonna break out of the loop. Just so that if multiple ones are touching the edge, which will be the case, it doesn't continue to bounce. Okay, so now we're out of this loop. So then go ahead and do if enemies dot size is equal to 0, reset. Okay, and then we just need to add our draw method, add some stuff to our dispose, and we can go ahead and run this, and we should have a working game. So we already have our shields being drawn, so we're going to go ahead and do for bullet B, because this uses a shape renderer to draw in bullets, b.draw shape renders right batch dt, and sr dot n. Okay, and then next we want to do is for the enemy, so for enemy E in enemies e.draw shape renders by batch delta time, and then that's good. Okay, and then finally in our dispose method, so we're going to go ahead and dispose our enemies, enemy E in enemies e.dispose. We're going to do the same thing. Oh, and that's it for now. Okay, and then we can go ahead and do enemies.clear if you want. Get rid of all the extra files in the, or extra objects in the array. So go ahead and run that. We can run our game now. It's lagging a little bit, it's not responding. Okay, here we go. We should have a game. You should be hearing the audio right now. And they should start shooting after you kill them. And they should move down. There you go. And you can resize it all you want. It's kind of lagging on my computer because I'm recording at the same time. Alright. Cool, let's see what these to-dos are. So, go to game over, and add particles. Okay. So, we're good for now. That's it. Today was kind of a really big video. Sorry I haven't been uploading in a while. I know it's been like maybe a week and a half, or if not 2 weeks since I uploaded, but I've been really busy. But hopefully we'll get this done, or I'll get all these videos done by the end of this month, so that you guys can know how to make Space Invaders, for those of you who are already experienced programmers and do not really need the actual lessons that I'm giving during club. So yeah, have a great day. If you have any questions, Skype me, text me, email me, and talk to me at school. And yeah, so that's it. I'll see you later. Bye.